Canada, the boss back. The boss is back. Vancouver, we finna shut this down. You heard me? Them Luke Belaire bottles on ice. That rum, that Bumble rum, aka the Louis Vuitton. Yeah, that's on ice.
What's up, nigga?
Like never before, I freaked on a woman, you're the one I adore. Happy Canada Day. See, I'm repping still. Happy Canada Day to everybody.
So Rick Ross is finally breaking his silence after getting jumped in Vancouver, Canada, supposedly by Drake's affiliates. And now the whole Drake versus Kendrick drama is back in the spotlight like it never left. Ross was in Vancouver to perform at a music festival, and he decided to play Kendrick's viral diss track Not Like Us, which apparently aggravated the locals, leading to Ross and his entourage getting roughed up backstage. But hold up, these weren't just any locals. Word on the street is that Ross and his crew were jumped by members of the notorious biker gang Hells Angels. Now, it's no secret that Drake has ties with the Hells Angels. He's shown them love before in songs and social media posts, but here's the kicker. It's also well known that Hells Angels have been involved in multiple racially motivated attacks over the years. Just last September, 3 members of the Hells Angels were involved in an attack on 3 young black men, which was described as an attempt at lynching.
3 young black men were almost lynched by a biker gang. Put up the picture, okay? This was not the South. This was actually in San Diego, California. In a KKK-style attack, 17 outlaws from the biker gang, Hells Angels, chased down and viciously attacked 3 black men back in June.
So as you can imagine, the fact that Drake chooses to associate with the Hells Angels doesn't sit right with a lot of people. And while most fans think Rick Ross was in the wrong for playing Not Like Us in Canada and was pretty much asking for trouble, they're also saying Drake's association with Hells Angels proves that Kendrick was right when he called him a colonizer. So what did Ross and Kendrick have to say about the attack? And how deep does Drake's connection with the Hells Angels really go? Let's break it all down. The end of an era. Once upon a time, Drake and Rick Ross were as tight as can be, dropping hit after hit together. I mean, with all those classic collaborations from Aston Martin Music to Money in the Grave and Gold Roses. This duo was truly unbeatable. However, they hit a rough patch sometime in 2015, mainly because of Drake's heated beef with Meek Mill, who so happened to be signed to Ross's label back then. The Drake-Meek Mill feud was all anyone could talk about, and it put Ross in an awkward spot, torn between his loyalty to Meek and his friendship with Drake. But then, in 2017, Ross spilled the beans, claiming that he and Drake had a heart and managed to patch things up. Actually, sitting down with Drake, it was really just bosses having a conversation. Yeah, we wasn't even discussing anything negative. Because by the time we get in the room, there's so much other things going on that is already, let's get on some money, you feel me? But I had to just make sure we sat down to have some sort of understanding. However, fast forward to 20,124 and the beef was sizzling hot once again. Apparently, Drake caught wind of Ross unfollowing him on Instagram right after Metro Boomin and Future dropped their collab project We Don't Trust You, so Drake came out swinging on the diss track Push You Bistro Stop and Give Me 50, taking jabs at Ross's age and questioning his ability to make hits without Drake's help. Drake raps, can't believe he jumping in this man turning 50, every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. But Ross wasted no time clapping back. He dropped Champagne Moments, where he brought up those long-standing ghostwriting rumors about Drake, and even mentioned Drake's alleged plastic surgery, including a nose job and a BBL. And thanks to Ross, Drake has now earned himself a new nickname, BBL Drizzy. Now, what came next was classic Drake. He took the drama straight to Instagram, sharing a screenshot of texts between him and his mom Sandy, where they're having a laugh about those nose job rumors. Drake's mom texted him saying, "OBS, the internet is saying you got a nose job. You look the same to me in the kitchen today. I can't believe you would get one without me, 'cause, you know, I always wanted one." don't tell me that you got tattoos without me. And now this too. Drake then texted back a bunch of laughing emojis and said I would have got us a 2-for-1 deal if I went mall. It's coming from Rick. Ross, the guy I did songs with, he's gone loopy off the Mount Churro. He hasn't eaten in days. And it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad. Don't worry, we'll handle it. Drake also tagged Rick Ross in his story saying, "You're one nosy goof." But Ross wasn't even fazed by Drake's Instagram antics. If anything, he seemed to be enjoying himself way too much. And he fired back while throwing in some new nicknames for Drizzy.
Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas, smoke weed with the niggas while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. That shit costs 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late. And you can't call her when you get in this shit. This shit too deep to call your mama, white boy. Actually sitting down with Drake. It was really just...
Bosses having a conversation.
Yeah, we wasn't even discussing anything negative, because by the time we get in the room, there's so much other things going on that is already, let's get on some money. You feel me? But I had to just make sure we sat down to have some sort of understanding.
Now fast forward to the aftermath of Kendrick completely humiliating Drake in their lyrical back and forth. And Ross was again having an absolute blast clowning Drake after Kendrick put Drake's OIC prescription on the cover art for the diss track, Meet the Grams. Ross took to social media, making sure everyone knew just how much he was enjoying Kendrick's takedown of Drake. He posted memes, shared videos, and even threw a few jabs of his own, pointing out how Drake's supposed OIC use and the whole BBL rumor became the hottest gossip in the industry.
Damn, white boy. Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publishing splits.
I'm at the pool party. BBL Drizzy, I'm at the pool party. And they just called you a petty. You a chomo? They backed it up at the party. Come on, black boy.
What your lingo was. 21, you get first street cred. Girl, but you feel like you a slime in your head. Lingo said you could be from north side. Them chains say you good, but he not. They not like us. 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 They not like us.
But Ross didn't end it there. He also had some words about Drake unsuccessfully trying to shut down those pedophile accusations Kendrick leveled against him and his OVO crew.